Welcome back to Miss Bailey's class. Well, today's lesson will be on the law of sine and cosine worksheet. We're gonna start back where we left off on. We left off on number 8. Please subscribe. As y'all can see, I'm getting better with my annotation tools.
Oh, we can just put in a drawing. That's so awesome.
Now, we have the length of B at 17 inches. So I could say this is B, 17 inches. The length of A, little a, at 11 inches. I could say that this is little a. And the length of C is at 10 inches. All right. We will have to use the law of, can we use the law of sine? No. In order for you to use the law of sine, you have to have an angle and a side length with another angle or side length. We have nothing but sides. This is SSS. Now, we know we need to use the law of cosine. In order for us to use the law of cosine, we always start with the what?
The smallest size.
The smallest side.
Okay, so that'd be C10.
Yes. So since we have C that is 10, this will be angle big C.
Wait, yeah, this got us my information. I got physical guidance.
Oh yeah, you got your phone. You got your phone? Oh, so you might have to. Oh, do that.
I got it.
It's too much work to edit. This is the day in the life of a teacher. Oh,
Every Friday it's like that family check update.
boom, boom, boom.
I can.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to
Right, the soundboard.
give me a moment.
That'd be so cool. Like you gotta keep it.
Need at least one lowercase letter right there in your password. All right. So this is angle C here, little c. What is this angle? Angle B. And this will be
You heard that?
A.
Angle A, capital. Yeah.
That's right.
Solid.
So we are looking for C first, since that is the smallest angle, opposite from the smallest side. So we're going to use the law of cosine. The law of cosine, we're going to do 10 squared. Equal 11 squared plus 17 squared. Woo. Minus 2 times 17 times 11.
Cosine of. Yeah, we don't have a cosine of. I don't know.
Cosine of C.
Excellent. Cosine of C, because we are looking for big C. All right. In our calculator, I will want to put in the 10 squared, which I already know is 100, 11 squared plus 17 squared, and the negative 2 times 17 times 11.
11 squared plus 17 squared is 410.
410?
Yeah. And then the
I use a negative. It would be negative 374.
Excellent. So if using the negative, it is negative 374.
74. Cosine.
Cosine, we still have to keep that cosine of C. All right. Now, we need to get the cosine of C by itself. What do we need to move? The 410. That is a positive 410. So we move it by subtracting 410 on both sides. All right, 100 minus 410 is negative 310. Equals what? Excellent. Negative 374 because we still have that. And we still have times the cosine C. We are trying to get the big C by itself, so what do we move next?
We divide by negative 374.
Excellent. We divide by negative 374. What we do to one side, we do to the other. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. So my cosine C equals whatever the 310 divided by 374 is. That gives us cosine C. Now, if we want to do this algebraically to still get the C by itself, that means we need to move the cosine. What undoes cosine? The inverse.
Right, that's true.
When I do the one side, right, doesn't cross out the C.
So what's the result of 310 over 24?
310 over what?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
It's it's 0.828877.
So we end up having to get the inverse, cosine inverse. And I actually noticed you can actually keep it as a fraction if you want to. Put the inside cosine inverse of 310 over 374. Make sure I check my mode. Make sure the mode is on degree. And then the second inverse cosine, which is second cosine of the fraction. What's that fraction? 310 divided by 374. We could do it like this as well. And that is 34.01. And we're supposed to round this to the nearest tenth, so that's just 34.
Okay, this is where I got confused. Well, maybe I just did something wrong.
Where?
Divided twice because you know how, well, we need to find angle B, right?
Okay.
And then we would do last time. Wait.
Right, angle B?
No, angles. No, give it. Oh, it's because I did it weird. It's because you have yours different than mine.
We want to do the next
Yeah, would that be angle A?
yes.
That's why I follow
Yes, it is.
But then we could do sine.
Yes. We could use the sine.
I could do the first one.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have an angle.
We have an angle and a sine. Together.
And don't worry, y'all.
That's cool. I like that.
My son had taught me how to do the erasing feature. I'll get better and better each time. Because I can do all things. That's right.
That should be your bio.
Watch me grow.
Ultimate.
You have a bio?
No, not yet.
That should be
I was going to do chat GPT it.
I thought you should just put I can do all things in your bio.
Gotta make sense.
That, you know what?
I can do all
My
things.
students
Nice
know
and
me.
simple. Run some.
My students know me.
I can do all things.
Mm-mm-mm. And you know you can. Mm-mm. All right. Okay. Huh. Is that the same address? Yeah.
Your address?
And then send the verification to be sent to your phone. You're going to have to call them. You could go back there and call them if you want on your phone. All right, did you? You're going to have to call them.
How do I call you?
They should have a phone number.
Do you still use Sine? Is when you're finding
Yeah. Just the sine of just A.
That makes sense. I might actually be catching on. That'd be like 11 over Sine.
Okay, I'm gonna have to actually look up a contact information. Give me a moment and I'll try to get that for you. Okay. Let me finish this triangle and then I'll get that for you. All right. Now we can use the law of sine because now we have an angle with its opposite side length. So the law of sine we could use 10 over the sine of 34. Which one are we looking for next? A? Excellent. 11 at the top. And sine of big A at the bottom. We will cross multiply what?
11 times the sine of 34.
Excellent. 11 times the sine of 34. We cannot cross multiply with the variable right here. So 11 times the sine of 34.
Because it trips me up because this is above that, so this can slide it over.
That equals, whatever that equals, we need to end up dividing that value by 10, which is the number that's left over. And that will give us our answer. And I'm going to put our answer right here. All right. So 11 times sine of 34. And then divide it by 10. All right, 6.151. And then when we divided it by 10, we end up having moving the decimal point 6 151. We are looking for the angle. So what do we need to do with this value? The inverse of which one? Sine, yes. The inverse of sine. Sine inverse of this value. All right. And that will give us angle A. I'm going to go click on second sine, get the sine inverse. Second negative to get the previous answer into my parentheses. And enter. I have 37.96. We need to round it to the nearest tenth. So that is what degree? 38 degrees. Now, what is the easiest way to get that last angle? Excellent. Add it up and subtract about 180. Because we know all triangles add up to 180. So 180 minus 34 minus 38 equals
Okay, what is angle on bottom?
108. Remember the rules. Chief.
Man, I hate the rules.
I think it's just if you know by the way it's like set up. But just remember, like, this doesn't matter. Like, the way it's set up doesn't matter. Just multiply this by this. And then since you can't use this, you just divide by this.
Okay.
All right, I got all side lengths and I have all angles. Any questions on this problem? No?
Man.
All right. Let me erase it.
So what was the answer? 30? And then the last one?
108.
It's not. Like that one. So we work. We just did that.
All right. Now we are on number 9. We have a triangle. With this triangle, we have the length of B at 14 centimeters. I'll just say this is B. 14. All right. We had the measurement of angle A at 107 degrees. So if this is the length of B, then this has to be the angle of B. And I'll just choose this as my angle for A. And they said that the angle A is 107 degrees. And the last thing they said is that the length of C is 23 centimeters. So this has to be angle C so that the length is only 23 centimeters. Now looking at this, are we able to use the law of sine? No. Good. We're not able to use the law of sine. We'll have to use the law of cosine. And we only have one angle. All right? So we could go ahead and
Would it be a squared equals 14 squared plus 23 squared, and then it would be the negative 2 times 14 times 23, and then it would be cosine of 107?
yes, you can do it that way. And let's go ahead and do it that way. Let me make sure I got my because I got to make sure that make sure I had 108. All right. Okay, so we got one of my students gave me the formula. A squared equals the 14 squared.
Oh, plus the 23 squared.
Yes. Minus
Minus 2.
-2 times
14
14
times 23.
times 23
And cosine of 107.
cosine 107.
That's what we have. And then
All right. So what I would want to do first is the 14 squared plus the 23 squared. Then the negative 2 times 14 times 23 times cosine of 7. A squared equals 14 squared plus 23 squared, 725. And I'm going to plug this whole thing into the calculator together. The negative 2 times 14 times 23 times the cosine of 107. And I have positive, so I put the plus, 188.287. What's the next step I need to do?
no, you
No, you would add them.
Add those values. Excellent. A squared equals 725 plus the 188.287. And I have 913.287. We need to get the A by itself. What's the last step?
Square root.
Square root. And we take that square roots, and we would get 30.2 as the length.
What is this to the nearest 10? Are you rounding to the nearest 10?
Yes. Rounding to the nearest tenth. Wasn't that fun?
Pretty fun.
My students love it, and you will too. All right. Dark humor.
You say you want a hot dog real bad?
What?
Oh.
Don't say that.
A hot dog is a food. Now, we can do sine.
Still doing this because I was out yesterday.
I can't snap.
I
Stop
don't think
watching.
we did this with IXL.
I excel?
You can't snap. Like, if you like, flip it a little bit, then it's
They
like,
keep
I need to get back on
I
there
forget
and
to
take a
hand
look and
them
see what they got.
Well, they got plenty
but
of
it's slap
stuff.
right here. This is
Something like this?
It has to slap right here.
Mm,
Something like that?
mm.
Oh, okay. I guess so much not.
I feel like he just does it slowly or slides against his thumb.
Oh, it's because he has the, oh, I'm asking my boyfriend who does that. My boyfriend has that same thing.
What?
Where like his thumbs like this. Like bend yours back. No, like push it down.
Okay.
You see like how yours was like way back? You have to like apply pressure here like this hard.
Okay.
Yeah, use your middle finger, right?
Now, are we able to use the law of sine?
Don't judge me. Just a little slow.
Are we able to use the law of sine now?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Because we have an angle and a side length.
Yes.
So we're going to do 30.2.
Just still going.
Anyway,
We gotta find the.
we got 30 points.
Over
Sine
sine
107.
of 107.
Can it be 14, which is the smallest one?
14.
Dude, you're like, this is what you're doing right now. You need to.
Over sine B.
Over sine of B.
Okay.
You know how to do this, James? What would you do?
Yes, James. What would you do, James?
We need to cross multiply.
What would you cross multiply,
Which means
James?
to multiply 14 times sine of 107.
Oh,
You're so
Oh.
smart.
that is accurate.
And once you get the product of 14 times sine of 107, you can divide that by 30.2.
Ooh, ooh. Snap with me now.
Stop.
Okay.
Don't snap.
Sine of 107 times the 14 we're going to
Yes.
equal, get that value and divide it by
Exactly.
30.2. I'm sorry, get that product.
Yeah, we got that product.
So the sine of 107 times 14, we have 13.388.
How do we write down? Stop snapping.
I'm not into you.
Divided by the 30.2, and we end up having 0.4433.
What'd you get?
I have not used the calculator. I'm just trying to get that on the
What will we have to do now? Last step. What's it called?
Yes,
The inverse sine.
Inverse sine. Sine inverse.
Yeah, sine to the negative 1.
So I do the sine inverse of that answer, and I get 26.3. Perfect. And we're only missing one more angle. How can we get that last angle?
Subtract it by 180.
Subtract those angles by 180. Let's not work hard. Let's work smart. Reminder, ACT has 60 questions in 60 minutes.
This will be on the face
No, it won't. But you don't have time to work hard. You work smart. That's quote hashtag Miss Bailey.
Yes, hashtag quote.
What if you were dating? What happens?
I'm pretty sure I didn't finish a single section, I guess. On like all of it.
Would you say you work smart or hard?
I read both ways. Yes, Bailey, can I go to the bathroom?
Sure. All right. And that is the 180 minus the 107 minus the 26.3. And we end up having 46.7. Ooh. See, it was right here. Yes, 46.7 was that last angle.
Angle, yes, it was. The angle of C.
Yeah, angle of C. Sorry, my annotations had deleted. I'm still working on learning it. All right. Do I have any questions on number 9?
Make sense?
That makes sense. All right, moving right along. And this number 10 will be the last one that we will be doing because we do not get tested on area. All right. Oh, we are on our last problem. Spirit fingers. Please subscribe below. All right. Yeah, this is the review before they get ready for the test. After this, I'm going over the delta math. Oh, well, they're going to test on sine, law of sine and law of cosine. And then after that, graphing.
Okay, can I have the review?
This review?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I didn't know because I was going to do the sign. Well, we done the graphing. We were going to do a review today, but if you want us to take a break from
The graphing?
because I did talk that.
This one is the review. Since I'm on my last problem. Spirit fingers. All right. I have my beautiful triangle. Get my pen out. All right. They said the measurement of angle A is, I'm about to say that's not a negative, it can't be, 115 degrees. If this is A, opposite from big A will be little a. And I could say C is 19 miles, so I could just say this one is C. Little c at 19. If this is the length of C, then opposite the length will be the angle C, big C. And we have the length of A at 28 miles. So right now, all we're missing is the angle and the length of B with the angle of C. Are we able to use the law of sine? Yes. Can someone help me set up the law of sine? 28 divided by the sine of what? 115. And that equals 19 over the sine of C, big C. What will we cross multiply? The sine of 115 and 19. All right. So sine of 115 times 19. Once we get that value, we're going to do what? Divide it by the last number left, which is 28. All right. So the sine of 115 times 19, put this in my graphing calculator.
It's 17.21.
17.21.
Or actually, no, 17. What were we running to?
About 3 decimal places. 3 to 4.
So 17.22. Because this is a
All right, 17.22. Is that the multiplication, or is that after you divided it?
That's multiplication. And now we divide that by 28.
Mm-hmm. We end up having that the sine of C is equal to 0.614.
614. Any more like 161?
Yes. What's next to that 4?
Oh, a 9. So 6.915.
Mm-hmm. 0.615.
0.615.
0.615. One more step. We're trying to get the angle. So what do we do? The inverse. I know. That's why we got to keep going over it until y'all remember this by heart. All right, the sine inverse of 0.615 is 37.95. They said round to the nearest tenth. So the degree would be 38. All right, what is the next easiest thing to find? The third angle. How can I find that third angle?
Take 180 and so you subtract the other two angles,
Excellent.
which equals 95.
Ooh, 95 degrees for B.
Wait, 95.
Right?
You got 115 and 38.
Oh, 30.
Oh, oh,
Not bad.
It would be 27.
So,
it'll be 27?
Would it be, wait,
What are you doing? It's 180.
I know.
Put 180 first.
No, you just give it the negative this time, so it should be 103.
What?
180 minus.
So wait, the last thing was actually
Look,
103.
180 minus 115
Minus 38.
27. What are you doing, James?
I don't know.
180.
Yes, I know actually how to put it. I was just lazy.
But look at where laziness gets you. Look at where it gets you.
After, that's enough.
So it wasn't 95 degrees, it was 27 degrees.
How would it even be 95? I was not.
Wait, it's 95?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, James is trying to throw off the
How
whole
would it even be
operation.
95? Because look how easy the numbers
James, are you
are.
trying to mess up her video?
Right. James, were you trying to sabotage Miss Bailey's
I just
perfect
wanted the
video?
viewers to
No,
see
no
the
one,
results.
no one could sabotage Miss Bailey's Math MBM. You could join. and subscribe below.
Subscribe.
All right. But we are moving right along.
Subscribe. I think it was subscribe.
You get her the camera.
While we waiting for that last one, thumbtack.
Wait, it's thumbnail.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. I thought they said thumbtack. Okay. We are missing one more side link. What can we use to find that side link? The lost sign. So that is, we are looking for a little b. I could use the same one here, 28 over sine of 115. Well, this is the last link that we're looking for. This is the last one.
That would be b over sine of 27.
B over sine of 27.
Let me get a calculator. I'm gonna use that too instead.
Abner's actually fine.
Feels like really.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Got a lot there. I mean, actually,
And we will do cross multiplication. What will we cross multiply?
28 times sine of 27.
Excellent. 28 times the sine of 27.
That's the one. She sabotaged you.
wait.
That was from yesterday. She put the dead calculator back and you
We're separated at least.
It was part of my evil plan. I can't believe it was you.
Well, I was targeted. She knew it'd be you.
Yeah. I just don't like being.
Oh.
28 times the sine of 27. And that equals 12.7117. Twelve point.
Dang, go see 38.
My fault. 12.7117. Seven. Oops.
Dude, as long as I didn't know you were in the mirror. I was in the mirror. And like, this one's like this. And then one's like right.
They look about even.
Okay. If you can't tell, no. I think usually my like flashes and my eyes are like normal. But since
I think I also have one. Does it look like it? One of them is lower than the other?
And then we have to divide it by the last one, which is the sine
Depends on the time.
of 115.
And then would that be it?
Mm-hmm.
Or just be the
Answer for the link, because we are not doing the inverse, because we're not finding the. There you go. When you can finish my sentence, you got it.
wait, so we only do the inverse when we're finding an angle?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah. Inverse.
So that divided by the sine of 115. And we have the link at 14.02.
I like how we just like have like little boxes.
Running to the nearest tenth.
Yeah, but it got pretty cool.
So that would just be 14. What was that in? What measurement was that in? Inches? Miles.
Miles. This is a big triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is miles. Wait, is MI even miles?
Mm-hmm.
I thought M was miles.
Meters.
Oh, in meters. Gotcha. MI.
You failed chemistry.
Chemistry?
What do you mean? Me, I feel like physical. What is it? No? What's it called?
I thought we used meters in chemistry. Don't we?
Millimeters.
I remember learning about meters and inches and.
Wouldn't that be physical science?
In chemistry, I learned about all the.
It's not better than math. All right.
I feel math. I mean, I feel chemistry. As in feel like I do.
All right.
Oh,
I think we are done. Do I have any questions on this worksheet? All right. Make sure you show all your work. If you missed any work, don't worry. Please subscribe. Now,
do all things.
yes, you can. I can do all things.
Have a video edit.
Video ending. We could go over some word problems. Yay! Drop music.
You see like a title, like the editing brings it to a title. Word problem.
You should do editing. Can you edit?
That'd be crazy.
I can, but it takes so long.
Really?
Yes.
That's a lot of footage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pay me $5 to edit the video.
$5. $5. $5.
$5 to edit.
Pay you $5. You know what? I'll pay you 10. That's a deal.
Thinking about it. You make a video every day, 5 days of the week, $10.
3 videos a day.
Oh, 3 videos a day? 3 videos a day?
Dang.
Wait a minute.
$10 per video.
$10 per video.
You're gonna get like the most.
Yeah, I'm taking your job.
No, that's my That's my
I'm
There's
sure
3
you
of us.
I could
We
put
need
someone to help.
No, I'm good, guys. I'm good. I offered.
I'm giving out jobs and opportunities.
I'm a single. Venus, we got it.
No,
I gotta see y'all editing skills though, because it needs to be able to edit. It needs to be looking good. It's my channel.
I have an idea. I won't do anything, but you guys have to promise to text me. This is a good guy.
No, thank you.
It's-
What do you do?
You'll take Monday's videos. I'll take Tuesday videos. You'll take Wednesday videos. I'll
No,
take Thursday and Friday videos.
no,
Okay?
I refuse.
Splitting and sharing is caring. All right,
No.
I'm gonna reduce this zoom so that I could get the entire image. Word problems. Yes?
Okay, word problem.
Sure.
I need to okay. Yeah. How did you even do that? That's enough.
All right, just like when you have a reading test, you get the whole information that you're supposed to read and you got nothing but questions. You're supposed to read the questions first. So with math, you're doing that same thing. I'm going to read that last question. It says, find the length of the guy wire to the nearest foot. All right. A pole 8 foot tall is used to support a guy wire for a tower. All right. So this is the pole, and it is to support this wire for this tower. Remember, I have comprehension issues. So I have to reread things so I can understand what I read and comprehend what I read.
Come on, you heard that? It's like when you start a
Okay,
fire.
here. Bend this video like this.
After placing the pole, Layla measures the distance from the pole to the stake and from the pole to the tower, as shown in the diagram below. Find the length of the guy wire to the nearest foot.
I'm on to something. It's like starting a fire. Like, I see the spark somewhere. That's somewhere in there.
You're doing
See, now what's the difference? Because I just,
what the difference is I'm making a noise and you're not.
So we have two triangles that we're looking at.
So I don't know what you're doing.
No, I can Bluetooth the feeling.
I just feel like I'm like giving myself like I'm burning the scale snake.
Take this part of the phone.
Okay.
Put it on, like, I guess, outside.
The smaller triangle has the base at 1 foot. The bigger triangle has the base at 12 plus 1 foot, 13 feet.
Alright, that's so bad. My hands are getting sweaty.
The small triangle has this length at 8 feet. And I need to find the length of the guide wire to the nearest tenth. I'm sorry, I'm actually looking for this one.
Like maybe it's watching part.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
My boyfriend, his little brother is special. And he'll replay like the same video over
Yeah,
and
same
over.
clip, yeah.
Like the same clip over and over.
It's always like, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of jealous because, like, if it's funny the first time making us replay it and relive that, that's kind of cool.
I see what you mean. I'm not hating on it, I get it. Miss Bailey, are you struggling?
With the annotation?
Huh?
What happened?
I don't actually do that. I see the appeal.
I'm going to have to redraw the annotations real quick.
Because
They think it's funny.
I can like rewatch the same video over and over, but the same seconds from the clip.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Over.
How they keep replaying the video at the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have liked that joke a little too much.
Because dude, he'll play the scene from Curious Village, and I'll be like, oh my hat, and he'll play over and over and over, like, and like, I'll come over and I'll hear that thing, I'm like,
His brain is processing.
oh. But it's
Are you
like,
think it's lagging
it's
that
the
bad?
same thing.
And when we have these two triangles, we are able to create a proportion, y'all.
That's so bad.
So,
It would be 8
8.
over X.
Wait, 8 over 1?
8 over 1.
Because it's part of one triangle. You gotta do each triangle as a different fraction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So next would be
Wait, really?
x over 13.
X over
Maybe you overcomplicated it.
Wait, because I thought you could like divide it and then you would.
Because do you cross multiply on this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be 1x, and then it would be 8 times 13.
8 times 13 divided by 1.
Or just 8 times 13, because anything divided by 1.
Right,
So
8
you
times
just
13.
8 times 13, that's it.
Yep.
104.
I mean, bada bing, bada boom.
Going crazy.
I feel my brain getting
Feel the brain pulses.
Wait,
Is that it?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
wait,
Oh wait, we got it wrong.
What the,
8 times 14.
Wait, there's 12.
It's 12.
There's 12, not 13.
Yeah, but it's the entire length I'm doing. That's the triangle.
Right, that's true.
Wait, okay, let me draw this out. So the big triangle would have
That's
the length
weird.
of 13, right? And then we're trying to find the. What are we trying to find? The length of the guide wire, so that would be the hypotenuse, which is x.
Wait, it's the guy. I thought this is. Right. This is the pole right here.
That the guide wire is what's going like the hypotenuse.
So we need to know the distance between the ground and the top of the tower.
No, we're trying to find the distance of the wire that's going through between those.
Yeah.
So then
like
this
the
one.
angle up.
Oh, so
Right, but look, it said the 8 foot.
No. We would do 8 squared plus 1 squared, and then that would be the hypotenuse of that one. And then I did this.
See that? I see that. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Someone gave me a new strategy.
Because a squared plus b squared is c squared.
There you go. And we're looking for the. And the hypotenuse is always C.
Yeah, that's what I did this Delta math by myself.
Okay, gosh. So let me do this again.
That's how you get the hypotenuse.
Yeah, it would be.
And then once you solve the bigger one, you get to the second hypotenuse. We forgot a step. We forgot the last step.
So it would be 1 and then 85.
I was way over.
1, and this is still 13. This is still 8 right here. But we need to find.
The x.
Ah. Okay.
You see it?
Okay.
So that we can,
But we can't find. Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
yeah.
All right. 8 squared plus
1 squared is 65.
is 65. And then the last step,
This is the last step. What do we do? It would go 65 right there.
65 is 8 squared plus 1 squared equals what? C squared.
This is not how I did it.
We got to get C by itself. What?
Oh, yeah.
Because we're still doing the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You said A squared,
8.06.
8.06. And now we could actually do a proportion.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 13 here. Doesn't really matter where I put it as long as I put it with my X that I'm looking for. And I'm going to put 1 down here, which will be with the 8.06.
Wait, wait, wait.
It's the negative one.
1 second. Zoom. We are multiplying the 13 times 8. Oh, 8. Oh, I didn't finish that answer. 8.06. All right, so 13 times 8.06.
It's 105.04.
105.04. Wait, you did 13 times 8.06?
8 point, oh wait, oh I did,
Oh, 13 times 8.06?
yeah, I did it wrong.
Okay.
13 times.
Yeah, I'm on the
Yeah, 104.
104.7.
No, it's 104.8. Well, that's what I put in like a couple of extra decimals.
Oh, okay. 104.8, and we got to round it to the nearest foot, so that would be 105.
Wait, is that what we got? Bro, you're one off.
Because we didn't put that 8.0.
Did you get it right?
Bada bing. It's going to be right. Because whenever you do the math, it's going to give you the right answer. Please subscribe below. All right, and does anyone need me to go over another word problem? How about part 2? Level 2 word problem? Ooh, with this one? Because you got to draw it. You got to see what they're talking about. Yeah. And this is the part of comprehensions that comprehension that messes me up. So you're going to see me rereading this over and over so I can make sure I comprehend when I'm reading. Shh. So a guy wire runs from the top of a guy wire runs from the top of a cell tower to a metal stake in the ground. Okay. Here's the guy wire. Here's the ground. All right, that metal stick right here. Okay, that's the guy wire. All right, and it was coming from the top of a cell tower. This is the cell tower right here. Santiago places a 12-foot tall pole to support the guy wire. The pole right here, 12 foot. after placing the pole, Santiago measures the distance from the stake to the pole to be 4 feet. Well, this is the stake, and that's the pole, so this got to be 4 feet. Just this part right here. And he then measures the distance from the pole to the tower to be 20 feet. From the pole to the tower to be 20 feet. Find the length of the guide wire to the nearest foot.
So it's basically what we did another.
So we have 2 triangles. I'm gonna separate these triangles. One triangle, the small triangle, we have 12 as the side. Let me make this a right triangle.
What decides what's on top in this situation? Like what's on top of the fraction, what's on bottom? Does that matter?
So what do you have?
I just have the triangles and they're about to put
This is the
X
4.
plus 135. But I'm like, should I put that on top or what?
And we have, now this is the bigger triangle that's on the outside. What would be the length of this base?
Okay.
What would be the length of this base for the bigger triangle? 24. Because we adding 20 plus the 4. We're looking for the hypotenuse, which is x, of the bigger pole. All right. So, strategies. Math is all about strategy. I need a strategy. How can I solve this? I got 2 triangles. I got the base and the length of this one. I have the base of this one. I need a strategy. These are right triangles. Pythagorean theorem. So that is 12 squared plus 4 squared equals our c squared.
Yeah, the lesson I'm so not gonna pass. Is this how you know? So
We know 12 squared is 144.
oh, she said yeah.
No.
you know you can't do a trick without word problems. You gotta bring it to life.
You should say the question for last. That's a good idea, right?
Save the word problems for last.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need the most time.
Or do them first so you can.
But then what if you take too long doing it?
No, but you could do them first, and then you can go back and check them over.
I won't give a lot of word problems. I want to be 1 or 2.
But like, I'm thinking of the following.
90. You strive for the 100. And if you can't reach the moon, at least you're amongst the stars.
99.9. That's what we want for. That 1% is the one problem.
144
Yeah, we'll get like a 9.
plus 16. That's 160.
It's in the high 80s when
Actually, I'm getting a straight 0 on this. Because last time I was like not very confident. I have about 100.
that's not really confident. You need to have a little confidence.
But last time that did me good.
Okay.
We got c squared equals 160. Then we take the square roots. And the square root of 160 is 12.64. 9.
So, because
This one go for this. And you're trying to find, what are you trying to find? This one?
yeah, but this one's between
So it would just be this one or this one. Look,
All right. Am I done? Am I done? No. I could create a proportion. That is, I'm looking for the hypotenuse.
okay, makes sense. Okay. I just don't know how to set up the process multiplication. That's what's gonna get.
The proportion?
Yeah, like finding out how I should put the fraction in the word problem
Mm.
to get the answer.
You got to see what is on one side. I always go based off of one triangle. On the other side is the other triangle. So if I'm looking at the hypotenuse 12.649, I got to base it off of what information I have on this one. I'm looking for the hypotenuse of this one. So I got the hypotenuse. The information I do have on this one is the base. So this would need to be 4. Base need to go with base. So this would be 24. Hypotenuse need to go with hypotenuse. So this would be my x. I will cross multiply the 24 times the 12.649.
I was thinking of it. Okay, so if this is line 2, because we put the location, we need to do that is
Get that answer and then divide it by the 4.
okay, we have 3 minutes.
And that answer would be 75.89. Finally,
I can do it.
we need to round it to the nearest foot, so that is 76 feet. 76 feet.
Bad at doing things out. Yeah.
All right. Wasn't that fun? All right, now, please subscribe. Bye.